China just unveiled a tech that feels straight out of a Black Mirror episode.
S.
A direct connection between your brain and a computer. It sounds like science fiction, but it's happening right now. It's called Brain-Computer Interface, or BCI, and workers in some Chinese factories are already wearing smart helmets that monitor their brainwaves. What do these helmets see? Stress, fatigue, anxiety, even mood swings. All of it's tracked in real time and fed to supervisors. The stated goal: boost productivity, safety, and emotional harmony. Offices and even classrooms across China have started quietly using it too. In one school, teachers wear smart helmets while students wear smart caps. Both are monitoring brainwaves. Teachers aren't allowed to remove their helmets. Students can take off their caps when they go home. But at school, they must wear them. Obligatorio during class. The system can trigger alerts if someone is mentally distracted or stressed. The goal: help teachers spot when students need extra help, or if someone is having an emotional outburst. But that begs the question, are we giving up too much? China says no. The government has promoted BCI as a way to optimize the human mind in high-pressure environments. But critics argue it's a massive violation of cognitive privacy. If your emotions are tracked, what's next? Your thoughts. Welcome to the channel. Let's analyze this together. China is testing a new tech that reads your emotions through your brainwaves. They call it a brain-computer interface, or BCI. Some Chinese factories are already using it on workers. Workers wear special helmets that look like this. It contains sensors that measure brainwaves, then feed them to managers. What does this tell the manager? How productive is this worker? Are they focused or stressed? Is there a better way to motivate them? The idea is to use data to improve efficiency and safety. For example, if a worker seems super stressed, the system might alert a supervisor so they can intervene. But many worry. This will lead to more control and less freedom. So how does this work? Here's a quick breakdown. Every second, your brain fires billions of neurons, creating electrical signals. Normally, these signals can't be detected from outside the body, but with BCIs, we can measure these signals through your scalp. By analyzing these brainwaves, BCIs can detect your emotions. What's happening inside your head? Are you calm, focused, and ready to work? Or are you stressed, tired, or bored? They say it's like reading a book, but instead of words on a page, you're decoding emotions from brainwaves. But is this really possible? Can a machine accurately read human emotions? In 2022, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology launched a national BCI plan. Its stated goal: turn brain data into a new type of digital information. That sounds like science fiction, but it's happening in labs and factories across China. In one factory, workers were monitored for signs of fatigue. The system reportedly increased safety by 43% and reduced accidents by 50%. But the workers didn't seem too happy about it. Their faces were pale and lifeless, almost like robots. Is this the future of work, where emotions are tracked and managed by the state? Here's another example. A teacher wears a BCI helmet during class. The system scans students' brains to see who's paying attention. Those who zone out are quickly identified and helped. The teacher gets feedback on their own brainwaves too. They're coached to stay focused and motivated, almost like a personal trainer for your brain. But this raises concerns about privacy. If your emotions are tracked, what's next? Your thoughts? Once considered the last private frontier, the brain is now being mapped and measured like never before. But is this really progress? Or are we overstepping a line we shouldn't have crossed? One BCI company operating in China is called Connexin. It says its technology can detect 7 basic emotions: happiness, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, disgust, and calmness. Connexin says it can spot subtle signs of fatigue or stress, helping workers take breaks before they burn out. But critics argue it's just another tool of social control in China. They say it's part of a system that punishes people for their emotions. Imagine being flagged for dangerous thoughts before you even say them out loud. That's the concern of many critics. One journalist compared China's BCI program to predictive policing. Instead of catching criminals after they commit crimes, China's BCI is like trying to catch them before they even think about breaking the law. Is this really possible? Can a machine read your thoughts? Well, it can detect your emotions. That's not the same thing, but it's getting very close. The company Connexin uses algorithms to analyze brainwave data. They claim 98% accuracy when detecting 7 basic emotions.
Oh.
But how do they validate this? Do the people taking the tests even know they're being monitored? Many workers say they were told the helmets boost brain power, not that they were being watched. Is this a violation of human rights? When your emotions are constantly scanned without your knowledge, it's hard to say. But many experts agree it's a slippery slope. One wrong step, and we could be in a world where your thoughts are policed before you even have them. China SBCI programs are also funded by government initiatives like Made in China 2025. This national plan aims to make the country a leader in AI and robotics. So it's clear that China sees BCI as a key part of its future. But why? What's the real goal here? Some believe it's part of a plan to control the population. Others see it as a way to optimize the workforce, making everyone more efficient and productive. But most experts agree that China's BCI program is a major step towards full thought surveillance. That means your emotions, your decisions, and even your dreams could be monitored and managed by the state. Imagine living in a world where every move you make is tracked and analyzed. You could be penalized for feeling the wrong emotion or thinking the wrong thought. That's the scary future predicted by many experts. It's not just China that's working on this technology. Other countries like the US and even India are investing heavily in brain-computer interfaces. But the goals are different. For example, Elon Musk's company Neuralink is developing a BCI that helps paralyzed patients walk again. Other BCIs are being tested to help people with memory loss or Alzheimer's disease. But China's tech is being used for mass behavioral optimization. It's a tool to control the emotions of millions, not just help those with disabilities. So what does this mean for the future? Will other countries follow China's lead and start monitoring citizens' emotions? Or will they resist this trend and push back against invasive brain tech? One thing is for sure, this isn't just a tech story. It's a civil rights issue for the digital age. As our brains become more connected to computers, we need to be careful about who's in control. Because if emotions are monitored and managed by the state, what happens to freedom? Happens to love, joy, and hope? Will they be the next emotions to be optimized away? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the brain was once our last private frontier. Even that may be breached. This isn't just a tech story. It's a wake-up call for the digital age. As our brains become more connected to computers, we need to be careful about who's in control. Because if emotions are monitored and managed by the state, what happens to freedom? What happens to love, joy, and hope? Will they be the next emotions to be optimized away? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the brain was once our last private frontier. Now even that may be breached. What do you think? Should countries adopt this tech? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.